I am, and I'm only getting better. It was all in his plans. I just learned to play my hand and route my lane like a boss. In position to live my purpose. I ain't worried about y'all. If you take one step, gotta take the next 10. I ain't gotta lie to you. Come and see how I live. It ain't a struggle, it's a hustle, and I'm gonna get mine. I had to filter out the fuckery, the fakes and the lies. See, I move with precision, stay precise with the game. I'm all about my business. I don't play with my dreams. If I fall off tomorrow, I'ma snap back clean. If I fall off today, I'ma snap back mean. See, I move with precision.
All right, welcome to Faces of Success TV. We have no other than LaShaina, EnVy, the Truth George with us right here in Reno, Nevada. Welcome to Faces of Success TV. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for the opportunity. How's your day going?
The day is going super fantastic. We've got an outstanding interview lined up for you this evening. And so I want to get into your interview. Where did EnVy the Truth? Where did that name come from?
So it started out as just EnVy. And as I matured through life and accomplished a few things, I had like envy from my family. And one of my cousins walked up to me one day and got in my face and said, "I envy you." And I took the name and ran with it. That is the honest to God truth. I took that and ran with it. Later on, after building some success and a little notoriety in Kansas City at a young age, I asked the people that listened to me. I said, "I don't want just envy. I need something added to it. What do you guys suggest?" And I did this on Facebook. And the fans, the people that were watching me, said the truth, because that's all you talk about. So that's where EnVy the Truth came from.
Wow, what a unique story to that. And so for those people that are listening and that don't know you, who is EnVy the Truth in your own words?
EnVy the Truth is an alter ego of LaShaina. EnVy the Truth is the streets, aware of God, power in the tongue, speaking life, overcoming obstacles. EnVy the Truth is the truth nobody wants to hear. And honestly, we don't want to face our own truths, but I face my own truths every day. And
Yeah.
I project that.
Yeah. And I mean that is, you couldn't have said it any better, you know what I mean? And so you've been in the music game since 2002. What first made you fall in love with hip hop and rap?
Tupac. Tupac is my number one go-to artist. Listening to my brother, listening to those records, Rich the Factor growing up from Kansas City, those songs just like were in me. But one of my cousins was a rapper. My brother was a rapper, in their younger days on the block. And one of my cousins, he didn't just rap, he sang. So he would sit me on the steps on the block when they was doing their thing, getting that money. And he was singing, he rapped to me. Mm-hmm. And it just always inspired me. By the time I was 14, I decided I was going to jump up in the middle of one of their little get-togethers and freestyle with them over a Tupac song. And it just kind of went from there. But that first song to my mom was, it was just a way of me expressing everything that I was feeling at that moment. And I wanted her to know how appreciative I was of her overcoming her life battles to make sure that she always took care of me and my brother.
Amen. And so how did growing up in Kansas City shape your sound and mindset?
Growing up in KC is, it wasn't easy. It was beautiful in the 90s. Family was family. Your neighbors still talk to each other. It was beautiful. And then, just like every other metropolitan city in America, crack cocaine took over our families, led a lot of our men down the wrong paths in prison and dead. So it just became a more violent, more unstructured. You would see your family members on drugs. It was tough. You either felt circumference to it or you overcame it. And I always promised myself that I would do everything I could to overcome the environment I was in.
Wow, that's very deep. And so what brought you to Reno and how has the move impacted your career?
Coming to Reno was not a plan. I literally just kind of landed here. I went to Phoenix, Arizona first when I left Kansas City, and I'm telling you, I left with a bag of clothes. That's what I left with. I sold everything I had, and I just knew it was time to get away. I went to Phoenix. I was there for almost a month. It didn't work out with my family there. My cousin turned his back on me. I ended up in Vegas, stayed there a few weeks, almost ran out of money, me and my daughter. And then my brother was up here, my mom was up here in Reno, and he was telling me about Tesla. And I was like, you know what? I got these clippers, but I got to get on my feet. So I came to Reno to go work at Tesla. Didn't get there right away. It took me a couple months, but once I got in, it was okay. And things started to turn around a little bit. It took a while, though. I say 2021 is when I finally got all the way on my feet. And I got my license to work in the shop. And I started to take my life back. And being here, being the only one-stop shop as far as a barber and a stylist, servicing a whole family, it has made me a staple in Reno, because you can't get these services with only 3 to 4% blacks in the community as it is.
Wow. Girl, you have been through it, haven't you? But let me ask you, you wear many hats. An artist, you're an engineer, a promoter, a barber. How do you bring balance to your life with all of the different hats you wear?
Honestly, I thank the God in me and the God above me for blessing me with so many gifts and talents. I literally had a person say to me, you do too many things. You got to focus on one thing. And when I decided I was going to focus on one thing that would help me propel the few other things in my life, it was hair. And I took the hair business so I could introduce myself again as a music artist. Because I've been doing music forever, but to understand the business was a whole nother struggle. So I just always incorporated the hair, the music. It's hip hop, it's culture, it's us, it's who we are. We're multifaceted people. None of us are just talented at one thing. We are very well-rounded people as Black people. So, and I just let all of my gifts shine. When it's time for that gift to come into play, I use it. I'm not gonna hold it back because I'm a barber. I'm gonna do everything. And I said to myself this morning, he said, you know what? All it takes is for one of these things to take off, for the rest of them to catch up.
That's very well said. You know what I mean? And that's the honest to God truth, that it all follows suit. Where there's a will, there's a way. When one door closes, another one opens. And
That's right.
What I like is, you're staying with the program, you're staying in everybody's face, you're staying active, and even though a lot of people might not be on the sideline, applauding you for all the things that you do, they see you,
Yeah.
the lovers and the haters, so
You know it.
that. Don't ever forget that. So what made you start EnVy the Truth Entertainment LLC?
Working with people for many years, and being the lover that I am and wanting to help everybody around me. I always put myself on the back burner to help everybody. And when I noticed I was doing more than they were doing, and they wouldn't even share my music, like after all the years I put in my city, I said, you know what? I'm going to just do me, and I'm going to represent me. And if you with what I'm standing for, because either you stand for something or you fall for anything, they're going to envy the truth. They're going to envy the truth that we speak in, promoting, and trying to move forward within our community and in our people. It's bigger than just music.
And I want to say to a lot of people out there, if you haven't been following EnVy the Truth, you need to. I've been following her for some time now. I mean, on and off, the entertainment scene. And, I really want to say I salute your whole game plan that you originated, whether it came from Kansas City or Reno. You've been really making some noise and making yourself heard, and that is what's going to elevate you to exactly where you're trying to go and the goals that you're trying to achieve. So don't stop. You know what I mean? And like I
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
because you got everything in alignment. And even though some days may seem like they're getting tougher than others, those are the days that where you can sit back and take that time to observe, hey, what could I do a little bit different just to make a little bit more noise? Just when they think that I'm done, I got something else coming your way. So you don't never let that discourage you. You know what I'm saying? Just keep
Yes,
on
ma'am.
keep on pushing. And
Yes,
so what
ma'am.
does ownership mean to you as an independent artist?
Everything. I mean, I could have signed with Sony just like 100 other thousand artists, right? I could have went to Warner Brothers and said, "Hey, look what I got." I could have I could have signed with local labels, you know what I mean? But when you don't understand the business, but you do understand that this business is grimy, I will protect everything God gave me with all I got before I let anybody or the devil take credit for what God put in me to share with the rest of the
Amen.
world.
I love that. I just love that so much. And I appreciate you even sharing that with our listeners. And so, what was the biggest challenge of being an independent artist for you today?
Today, the biggest challenge is connecting dots, meeting people, because it's that saying, all it takes is one ear, right? One person to believe in me, that has the door or the key to the door, right? To walk me through it, or to show me how to get through the door to reach a higher level in the game. So the biggest challenge is just reaching the right person at this point.
Well, let me ask you this. When you say reaching the right person, sorry, but reaching the right person, who is
Yeah.
the right person to you?
God sent, they got the money that I don't got to project my career or propel it to that next level.
And so, a lot of times when we're working in this business, we never know who knows who
Yeah.
and who is actually listening. And so, whatever you do, just as long as you keep visibility,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
don't never know when it's going to reach the right person. And as far as you know, the right person is already watching you.
Right.
You
You
know,
know.
the right person is already watching you. I'm trying to tell you. So,
Yeah.
how important is your music to you?
I it's so important that if I can't share what God gave me, I feel like I fail. You know what I mean? So that's why I never give up. Even if I only had 300 listeners, I know I'm doing what God put in me to do. Share that message, share that love, share that endurance, share that adversity that you overcame. You know what I mean? To share, and because each one teach one. It's all about propelling the next generation. So if I
Right.
don't reach 1 million listeners and I only reach 10, I still feel like I fulfilled it. So music
Right.
means a great deal to me, and it's all about propelling us as a people. Like, I don't know how to put it no other way.
Yeah, and I get that. And I truly get that. So let's talk about your single, Snapback. What
Mm.
inspired it?
Well, I had a car accident in 2023. The car accident caused me to have a second level concussion. Within 10 days, I lost everything I had: my home, my car, my mind. I almost lost my daughter completely, as far as relationship wise. I got her across that stage, though, amen. Uh, but Snapback came from me coming out of that concussion. They say it take years to heal from it, and it's true. And you're not walking around with a band-aid on your head, so nobody knows what you're really going through and how foggy life is looking to you. Well, I was going through it, and I was battling my own demons. And when I started to come out of that and I could finally write, I was like, man, I want to write a song, you know. I tried for 2.5 years, and Snapback was the first song that I got to write. And that's why it's called Snapback. Because I snapped back, I snapped out of it. And I'm telling you how I snapped out of it. I kept my faith. I kept trying. I didn't give up.
You know, and that was my very next question. I was going to ask you, what did you personally have to snap back from? And you know, and that's the story. So I mean, there it is. For those of you that are just now tuning in, you're on Faces of Success TV. We do have EnVy the Truth in the house with us this evening, and
Yes,
we are
ma'am.
doing the exclusive interview. I mean, the exclusive interview for this young lady this evening. And so, what did you choose to do in Reno that made you want to stay?
What I chose to do was not tell everybody I did music when I came outside in Reno. All they knew is that I knew how to do hair. Because coming from a background of music, and everybody knowing you got a handful of talents, I knew what type of hate that generated. So I didn't want people to not like me. I didn't want people to feel like I was coming in their city trying to take over and step on no toes. I really came humble and quiet. I observed, I supported, and then I started to say, I rap too. I engineer too. I'm a promoter too. I'm an event director too. And I started to pull these things out to share with the community so we can help grow the community. So what made me stay though was the money.
Well, that was a good reason. I'm telling you, that is a good reason. I mean, for real. So let's
Yeah.
go back to your single Snapback. Why did you choose to do this track with no features?
It didn't need no features. It was very personal. Very personal track. First song. It took me like 30 minutes to write it. So I was super excited about it. And I literally just going through my phone. As an artist, we had thousands of beats. And I'm just like, man, this is the one. I'm snapping back out of it. I'm not the same no more. I grew up some more, you know, and I'm matured some more. I elevated. I'm constantly aligning myself. And it was that single that didn't need no help.
So, what do you want the listeners to feel as they hear that recording?
I want them to feel the same way I felt when I felt like I was coming back from the worst storm of my life. I want them to feel like they overcame everything that the devil sent to destroy them. Snap back. It ain't over. You don't never give up on your dreams, yourself. Don't ever stop believing in who you are and what God put in your spirit.
Amen to that. And so, what was your vision for the music video?
Really to show like I still, even though I went through all of that, I still hustle. I'm still in the studio. I still do hair. I still show up for my clients. And I did. Those 2.5 years where life was foggy, I showed up for my clients. They didn't know I had a concussion, and for 9 months, I had an electrical headache. But I showed up for them. You don't stop showing up. Even like you just said, even when it get tough and you don't feel like it, get up anyway. Because those are the moments that make.
Yes. You know, I was really listening to there. And so, what challenges have you faced as a woman in hip hop?
Being a woman and just being a lesbian woman. You know what I mean? Quote unquote a stud. You know what I mean? Don't let these clothes fool you. I'm grateful I'm a woman. You know, I ain't never wanted to be a man. I know who I am. I'm comfortable how I'm comfortable. Never judge a book by its cover.
All right. Okay. And so, how does it feel when you're in the studio and you come with your hardcore raps and stuff, and you're, you know, standing on all 10 toes with other males and stuff in the studio? How does that feel for you? How does that make you feel?
Dominant, more dominant than they expected me to be. And very, very much so more vocal and good at what I'm doing more than they expected me to be. A lot of guys assume like, ah, she can rap until they hear that rap. They like, oh,
Mhm.
you can rap.
Mhm.
So it's a big difference. I get some respect, put some respect on my name.
That's right. That's right. And so, how does being a sound engineer give you the advantage?
Knowing that quality sound is gonna get you way further, more listeners than you just in the studio in the basement with your homies. The quality is gonna get you there. Nobody's gonna take you serious until you invest money in yourself. And having quality sound is just that. So I had to understand it. And coming from a poverty background, I taught myself a lot of these things, and I sat behind some of the best in Kansas City to learn these things because I couldn't afford to pay for hours of studio time. I couldn't afford to buy engine or get graphics done or have a video shoot. Like, I got video on my YouTube right now. I shot the video and mixed it and all of that. I edited everything. I did everything. I do a lot of things for myself because I couldn't afford to pay anybody to do it. So I had to learn.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's the best recipe to have, to tell you the truth. The do-it-yourself program. That way you ain't got to be mad. You ain't got to pay nobody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to lose no money because you told me you was going to do this and it did not turn out the way that it was supposed to be. And you're going to be satisfied with the end project. You know what I'm saying? Very
That's right.
satisfied.
That's
So,
right.
what does one thing people misunderstood about you in the music industry?
They took my appearance and my name and they correlated it to street antics. And I'm not for the street antics. I do not praise the drug selling, even though I've been a part of the life. I don't I don't glorify everything that is towards down as a people, and I will never glorify it. And I think they assumed that I would come out with that energy of envy the truth. I'm a killer. I'm a gangster. I getting money. I got yeah, I got bitches. I get money, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? They assume the opposite, the wrong, and I'm totally like about the truth,
Yeah,
the real truth.
right. So even though, Reno, Nevada is not your home city, how are you impacting your local community in Reno?
Like I said, when I got here, they didn't know what I did. It's beyond doing hair. So I showed up to the events. I paid to get in. I watched them. I supported them. I shared their flyers. You know what I mean? I feed the homeless with no cameras around. I do it often. Like, wherever I'm at is gonna be home, and my people are my people, and I got such a deep love for my people that I would do almost anything to see us succeed and propel to those next levels.
And people that get the chance to spend a little bit of time with you, you can meet people and you could get good vibes and you could get bad vibes. And the energy, that comes from people, a lot of us can pick up on real fast. And
Yeah.
I just want to tell you, from the very first time that I've met you, I thought that you were just one unique individual. Very, very. You're not
Thank
only,
you.
they should have found a way to put unique somewhere after envy, because that's
Hmm.
exactly what you are. And
Thank you.
so you're welcome. And so, what keeps you motivated during the tough times?
I got a grandmother that I love. I got a mother that I love. I got a daughter that I love, and I got a handful of step kids and god kids that I love. That I said I gotta be the one. If I have to be the one, I just gotta keep going. And as long as they see me keep pushing and I keep trying, I just want to make sure that they have the generational wealth, the knowledge, the abilities, the willpower, to live on and to keep pushing the message, to keep it all alive. You know what I mean? I just want the best for the people that love me.
Amen. And so for somebody that is interested in booking you, how do they go about booking you?
EDT Publishing, EDT Publishing at gmail.com. Or you could just hit up EnVy Cuts in Reno, 816-499-9083. Talk to me.
All right. And then for those that are interested in following you, give up that IG.
At EnVy the Truth, EnVyDaTruth. Come see me, come holla at me. I'm here for everybody who need it, baby.
All right. And so what everybody's waiting to know right now, what does success look like for you and what's next?
Success looks like a couple acres of land in the South or outside this country.
Amen.
You know what I mean? With a farm, some four-wheelers, my family, good food, good vibes. That's what success look like to me. A nice little bank account to keep us all going, make sure everybody's life insurance policies and financial futures is locked in. That's what success look like to me.
All right. And you know what? And what do you got next coming up?
I got 1111 with Marvelous, the West Coast Queen. That's my next single coming out. We're going to put that out May 23rd. I always use dates that mean something to me. May 23rd is my mother's birthday. So May 23rd, I'm putting out 1111 featuring Marvelous, the West Coast Queen. It's an amazing track. 1111 should tell you already it's high frequency. Good vibes.
All right. And you know it's going to be spinning on Faces of Success Radio and TV. So I'm looking forward to that. So you make sure that you submit that to the station so we can get it out there as well.
Absolutely.
And is there anything that you would like to share with our audience on Faces of Success TV this evening that we did not get a chance to touch?
Just follow me, man. Share my music. I'm on TikTok. I'm on every platform. Follow me, show some support, help me get my name out there. We want to promote each other, love each other. Listen, that's what EnVy talking about, man. We need that good music, that music that makes sense, that has purpose. Share it, share it, share it, share it.
All right. And so I want to thank you for being a guest on Faces of Success TV. For those of you that are just tuning in, you can follow us on Facebook and you can find this interview on our website at facesofsuccesstv.com. I'm your host, Pearl J. Thank you for being a guest on Faces of Success Radio.
Thank you, guys.
Don't
Thank
stop
you.
doing what you're doing because
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
doing it good, real good. And
Thank
have a
you.
blessed night.
You too, baby.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Opinions stated by various contributors to Faces of Success Radio and its radio programs are not to be considered as endorsed by Faces of Success Radio. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusions. All information, products, services, and use of this website is for personal use only. FacesOfSuccessRadio.com does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information contained with the website. Any services or products provided by Faces of Success Radio and its host contributors should be used solely for entertainment and enjoyment. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind and not construing the data, products, and/or services as factual. And as always, we thank you for listening.